Hello everyone, in this video I am going to explain tables in ServiceNow. First of all, we will understand what table is, what fields and records are, different types of tables, table inheritance and how to create a custom table with a practical example. Let's see. Here we can see, here we can see what is a table. A table in ServiceNow is used to store data. So we can compare a ServiceNow table with an Excel sheet. In Excel sheet, we have columns and rows, right? Similarly, in ServiceNow, we have fields and records. Here, we can see table equal to Excel sheet, field equal to column, record equal to row. So, for example, the incident table stores incident information like caller, incident number, start description, state, description, like this, right? It contains fields such as number, short description. These are called fields. We call these are called fields. Number, short description, caller, assignment group, assigned to priority state, right? So here we can see whatever we create an incident, that incident is stored some data. The data is called a record. It is stored as a record in the incident table. So what is field? We can see, right, number, short description. These are called fields, right? We can see the definition of field. A field is used to store a particular type of information in a table. For example, in the incident table, number is a field. Short description, caller, priority, state. These are called fields. Here we can see each field stores a specific type of information. Every field can store some specific type of information. For example, here you can see short description stores text. Priority stores priority information. Caller stores a reference. Here, caller is a reference field, right, to the user. Next, what is a record? Record is one complete entry in a table. For example, suppose we create an incident. In incident, we have some fields like number, caller, short description, priority, state, description. Like so, when we fill number, caller, short description, priority, state, all data is stored in incident table. We can save this. We can call this as record. Here we can see number is stored with data, right? Caller also stores some data. Yes, fields are stored some data. The data is called record. This complete incident is one record in the incident table. If you create another incident, that will be another record. So we have this complete information is stored in one record. If you want to create new record, we can fill another data information that is called another record. Here we can see difference between table, field and record. Let's understand with a simple example. Suppose we have a family expenses table. Here the table name is, you can see table name is family expenses. In table is family expense, right? Here we can create some fields. Here I can show you how to create. Here this is home page of ServiceNow, right? In all menu search for tables. How to we can create tables. First of all, search for tables. Here, here, scroll down. Here you can see under system definition, we can see tables, right? Just click this. Here, these are called default predefined records. Here we can see this is one record. Here we can see how many records? 5,951 records. If you want create new table, just click here new. Here we can see label name extends table. Here this is table form. Here when we add fields, here suppose I create here what I just create, we can see family expenses, right? Just I create family Here, name automatically populates. Here you can see name automatically populates. Here, this is columns, right? In column section, we have see column label, type, reference, max length, default value, display, right? Here we can see. Here we can enter, like just I enter number, right? Just click here. You can see. Here we can create which type of field this number is. I click number is integer, right? Integer. Just I click. Here reference, like reference table, sys user, like this. Here we can match length means the number, how much length it covers. That's it. Just here click save. We can automatically save the field. Just try click save. We can see this is how to create a field and how to see table name. Here we can see I create number, right? Here integer. Here we can see created by created, sys id updates, updated by updated. This is called default. Six fields are default. ServiceNow already created these fields. So this is one method we create field. Here we can see here dictionary entries, right? Just here we can click here new. This is another method to create a field. Here we can see. Here I want string type. Here we can choose which field type we want. Just I click here string. Type is field type is string. Here we can see column label, column name, max length. Here we can see here star. This is mandatory fields. Definitely we fill these fields. If you don't fill, we can save it. Here we can see the following one error message, right? The following mandatory fields are not filled. Column label, column name, max length. So definitely we fill this fields. I give string, right? I give name. Here when I give name, column label as name, automatically fill column name also. See. So I just give here. This is another method to create a field. Just I submit. Here we can see name, number. I explained two methods, right? So the third method is just right click. We can see here configure. Here we can see dictionary, right? Configure. Click here configure. We can see dictionary. Just I click here. Here this is called fields. Here we can see or table. Table is sys underscore db underscore objects. Here when I click here, just I copy. In all menu, I search for since underscore db underscore object, right? I just click and dot tables. This is table name. Can't come here. So this is dictionary entries, right? Here I click when we create field, I click new. Here we can see. This is another method. We can give type, column. Here I go back in family tables. Here, when I configure, this is another method to create a field. I go for dictionary. These are called entire table, similar to Excel sheet. Here, table, column name, type, reference are called the columns and fields in ServiceNow. Here we can see so many records. Here we can see 29 records. That is called records and rows in ServiceNow. Just I click here new. I created one field, right? Here we can see global application is global, right? Here I give, here we can give type, column label, column name, max length. Here we can see function field, read only, mandatory, display. Here in choice list, we have some choice, drop down with none, drop down without none suggestion, right? Here I give, just I give max length, I give 10. Here we can see here application is global, right? Just I create application is family here. This is one family expenses management. Just here we can see table is maybe object, right? Here we can see only read only, not manual fields. This is star method. We create fields. After fill this, just submit. I go back. This is another method to create a field. Under this, we can see form builder, design form, layout list form, show form. Just I click show form. Here we can see number name of the fields. Here I give some information to store data in number and in the name. After this, I submit. This is called one record we created. We give fill and we give under fields, we give some information. We can here click show list. Here we can see we created this record, right? Present. That this is already we created. We have created here we can see 4 records we created. So this is, it looks like a table, right? Number name is the fields. That is columns. Here this record equal, one record equal to row. First record, second record, third record, fourth record. After this, in ServiceNow we have 3 tables. That is base table, extend table, custom table. Now we create a family table, right? That is our own custom table. So we can see base table, extend table, custom table. Base table is nothing but it acts as a parent table for other tables. Example is the task table. The task table contains form and task related information. Other tables can extend the task table. Here we can see extend table. Extend table is a table that contains inheritance from other table. Here instant problem change requests are called the child tables. Here table inheritance. Table inheritance is important. Here when one extend table extends another table, the child table can inherit information from the parent table. For example, task is the parent table. Instance extends task. Therefore, instance can use common fields provided by the task table. Here, the incident table can also have its own significant fields. Here, I just created a to here. I go back. Here, you can see this is table, right? I just give label name. Here, just click extend table is task table, right? When I save this, we have C. Here, so many fields are there, right? But in our custom table, we don't give extend table, right? But we can see six records. That is update, created by, update by. But in extends, we can extend task table. We can see so many records are there, right? Already we created custom table. Here we can see how do we use table inheritance. Here table inheritance helps us avoid duplication. Here we can see reuse common fields, reuse functionality, maintain a better data structure, reduce duplicate configuration, make administration easier. We already created. Here we created custom table, right? Under all system definition tables, click tables, add some fields. I add name, number and name as the fields. I give data, right? Here we created record, right? Click enter name. I also created enter record. Here I give table name and label. Here in dictionary. Here in dictionary we can see we can create a field, right? Field name, field type, table length, default value, reference information. So table stores the actual data. And dictionary stores information about how ServiceNow should understand and configure the data. Here we also created task table, right? Here we can see table is used to store data. A field defines the type of information stored in the table. A record is one complete entry in the table. So finally, we remember easy remember is here this one. Nothing but field is called column, record is called row, and entire collection of rows and columns is called table. Here this is example. Here number short description state. These are called columns and fields. Instant here we can see two instant one, instant two. Under this we can save some data, right? Short description, state, number. That is called record and row. Overall called table. Table stores the data, field defines the data, record represent one entry. This is called tables, fields, and records, and how to create fields in three ways in ServiceNow. Thank you for watching. If you found this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.